Hi, so today's version of our YouTube video is going to feature our sweet and sour Italian. That's our original, all-purpose, great for salads, great for marinating. You can make great pasta salad with that, but you can also make great meatloaf with that. The meatloaf that we're making today is going to be nice and moist, tender, juicy, and we're using a little more than a pound of a beef, pork, and veal mixture. And so this is a nice grind. We're going to add to that our nice diced onion, and I have about a quarter cup of diced onion here. And you can use white onion, you can use a nice yellow onion, whatever, much ever onion flavor that you'd like to have. Even a red onion might be really nice in here. 1 egg we're going to add to that. We're also going to add our breadcrumbs, and these are Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. If you'd like, you can easily make that from our recipe online for our Italian seasoned breadcrumbs using our Italian spice phenomenon. You're going to go ahead and put your breadcrumbs in there, or you can use commercial breadcrumbs, that's just fine as well. This is a 1/2 cup of our sweet and sour Italian dressing. And like I said, you can use this dressing for marinating. It's great for pork, it's great for beef. It's a fabulous marinade for any chicken that you have. And you just want to go ahead and marry all of these ingredients together. I like to use plastic gloves just because it keeps that from keeping my hands nice and clean. It smells delicious. You're not missing anything by not adding any mustard. Typically I like to add a little bit of mustard to my meatloaf, but today we're not going to do that. We're just going to mix all this meatloaf together, and we're going to put that in a pan. You can see that it's nice and moist here. It's going to be nice and moist there. And I'm just going to make this into the loaf as I feel like I've got everything mixed together well. Again, those breadcrumbs are really going to help make it stick together, as well as the egg. And so going to have lots of flavor because of the sweet and sour Italian, and that's going to keep it nice and tender as well. So I'm going to go ahead and make that sort of into a meatloaf shape. And I'm going to switch that out for my little Pyrex. Now, a lot of people do like to use a meatloaf pan, which is your prerogative. I like to use the more flat and open way of cooking meatloaf. It does let that fat sort of get out of the way for you, and it ends up just a real natural shape. It will stay in this shape as it cooks, and in the end be nice and, like I said, moist and tender for you. And at the end, when you're done cooking this, of course, you're going to put this in 350, and you're going to let it cook about 50 minutes. And in the end, when it's all said and done, you might like to put just a little drizzle of the sweet and sour Italian back over that, just for added flavor, or you might even add our bold and sassy Italian to the top of your meatloaf. Continue cooking for 5 more minutes so it gets a sort of a caramelization on it. Either way, you'll enjoy this fabulous sweet and sour Italian meatloaf. All right, so now that we've got the meatloaf just about finished, and finished means it will reach a temperature of 155 in the center of the meat. So it will reach the temperature of 155 when it becomes fully done. And I'm just going to go ahead and put some of I call it slathering, over the meatloaf itself with our bold and sassy Italian. You don't need to do this as a finish, but I really enjoy the added flavor. We'll put that in for 5 more minutes and double check the temperature, and I think we'll be finished. So we just finished up some nice frozen peas. We've added a little bit of that. Our mashed potatoes have a little garlic, a little bit of some really nice sharp provolone cheese in it, and a little bit of sour cream just to keep that good flavor coming towards us. And I'm going to go ahead and cut the meatloaf, and oh my goodness, look at that beautiful, beautiful meatloaf. So I just pulled that out of the oven at 155 degrees. It does have the bold and sassy Italian right on the top of that, keeping that extra flavor there. And I'm going to go ahead and Take out the nice piece of that. There we are. And there's a nice meatloaf dinner. That's Sunday dinner.